Hello and welcome. My name is Errity and this is Wise Woman Television, and today I'm bringing you a pick a card reading on your future lover. So thank you for being here. I want to thank you for being a part of this family, this community. I appreciate your likes and your subscribes and your shares. I so appreciate that. Before we begin, I do want to let you know I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you in your life, in your work, in your spiritual path. And there are ways to support this channel. You can check out all the details below. And from here, we will go ahead and get started. Today, we have 4 card piles to choose from. So I will place those up on the screen now. All right, so card pile 1. Let's talk about your future lover. So the first thing that's coming through is this person's going to be super sexy. This is going to be someone that you have a very passionate, exciting, thrilling relationship with. This is someone you will feel very connected to physically and sexually. You'll have a lot of chemistry. You guys will very much tempt each other. There's going to be a lot of sensual desire in this relationship. I am feeling like this person though too will be a great partner. So this won't be someone who's just like great in the bedroom and someone that really lights you up in that way, just really passionate, really intense. But this is also someone you can do life with. This is someone that you can go apple picking with, right? Like that's the very first thing that's coming up, like the most ordinary thing, right? So ordinary that hardly many people do it, but it's like this will be someone you can do life with, someone who you can do dishes with and make dinner with, someone you can take home to family and feel good about, and someone who you have really intense, passionate connection with. So you're going to get sort of the best of both worlds in that regard. You know, someone, again, who you just have really awesome, exciting, like a true lover. You know, that's what's coming through. It's like a real lover, right? There's a lot of different ways people show up for us. Lover, partner, soulmate, twin flame, husband, wife, whatever. There's all these different roles and labels and definitions. But in your case, card pile 1, you're getting a lover. For real. And a partner though. But primarily it feels like the energy mostly is lover. And then you can do life with them too, kind of thing. You know, some people it's like they're very much a partner and you have and share love and passion and chemistry with. This person's primarily a lover, but someone you can absolutely do life with. You guys are going to balance each other out so well. You're going to balance each other out in terms of your dominant energy. So it doesn't matter how you identify yourself, but if you are masculine, you're going to have someone who's more feminine, or if you're feminine, you're going to have someone who's more masculine in nature. You guys are going to have a lot of intense polarity there, which creates that intense charge, which then creates that intense passion and excitement and thrilling coming together in physical union. And so you guys are going to have a lot of that. But what's really beautiful and serene about this is, yes, that's what creates that excitement and that passion, but it's also a really deeply beautiful complementary union. So in a lot of ways, you guys are going to be able to complement each other, and it's going to make life easier because, again, you now have a partner such that you have your other complement. So if you like doing dishes, they like making dinner. Okay, that's a really simple one. But another one is they're the thinker and the intellectual, and you're the dreamer and the emotional one, right? And so you guys are really going to complement each other, which is going to support you to be able to do life together. Because if one of you is really terrible at planning, the other is awesome with planning. One of you is really terrible with finances, but one of you is great with finances. So you guys find a way, right? You're coming together to really support each other with your complementary strengths, and it really brings about a really deeply beautiful partnership and complementary experience. Now, what's also coming up here though is they really do support like a deeper change or transformation in yourself as well. So this might be that because they are really great at, like we were saying earlier, maybe they're an intellectual, or maybe they're great with numbers, or maybe they're great with planning, then they can support you with those same changes, okay? But something else that wants to come through here too is a lot of you have sort of been longing for this complementary union, for someone who kind of, like I said, balances out your weaknesses and strengths, And so that way you guys can come together and again, do life together. That's what's so much, it's like a lover you can do life with. Like that's your thing, card pile 1. But it's like you guys have longed for this and not really found this, but you do find this. So it's like the message here is you have yearned for this, and whatever it was that you yearned for, like whatever I'm saying should be landing, because this is what you've been thinking about or yearning for or wanting or finding that you want in a relationship or partnership. You haven't found it yet and you find it in this person. And again, maybe it was also not just that you wanted someone to be able to compliment you, but it could also be that you were looking for the lover and the fighter. Well, no, the lover and the partner, right? Because lover and fighter, those actually kind of tend to go together. But you were like, you didn't want to compromise. You know, again, how we each do life is how we each do life. There's no judgment. There are many paths. There are many kinds of relationships. But for you, card pile 1, you were the kind of person who was like, I definitely want a lover, but I don't want like toxicity and fighting and conflict and confrontation and drama and all that stuff that tends to come along with a really great lover and a lot of passion and chemistry. You're like, I want a lover, but I want someone to do life with. Like, is that so hard to ask? I want a lover and a partner. And so you, having asked for this, are getting it. That's your future lover. And again, a lot of desire, a lot of passion. Like you're getting what you want in that regard. And it's going to be something new, something you guys haven't experienced before. So again, you've wanted this, you just haven't experienced it yet. But again, I'm getting a lot of sensuality and a lot of just freedom to be yourself and liberation. I actually am feeling too that some of you might not even be fully aware of how alive and what a sensual or sexually expressed or person that you are. Now, I feel like many of you already valued that, but there are some of you, and I'm feeling that now, that aren't even fully aware of your capacity for what wants to come through you in that way. And with this person, it's like you unleash or unlock the he devil or she devil or whatever. You just feel safe enough to like fully come out of your closet and be all that you are and share all that you are. That becomes possible in this relationship. And again, like we're getting that reminder, like this is the ultimate lover. We even get the Lover's card. Hello. And I've been deciding as to whether I will show cards. I'm feeling like I'll do like the highlight cards, the ones that really land, that are potent, that must be shown. Those are the cards I'm going to share as opposed to every one, because those who follow my channel, you find that I don't read the cards directly as much as I channel from them. And so it can make more things more difficult, and it slows me down, and it makes things more difficult for me, and it expends a lot more energy when I'm having to throw up all the cards and then forget my flow and so on and so forth. So I just share that because if you do follow my channel and you watch these regularly, you might be like, why isn't she showing the cards? I'm going to show the highlights for a time and see if that flows better for me. But ultimately what happens, it feels like this is a long-term relationship. It could be even a lifetime relationship, because I'm feeling for many of you, or at least some of you, some lands the most. For some of you, let's say 25%, maybe 20%, this ends up being the partner of your life, your lifelong partner. This ends up being someone you grow old with and again, share life with and maybe even have children with. But I do feel a lot of you stepping into that older energy of this is what I feel. So I'm going to show you. Look, we even have birds and doves. We're very much getting that feeling of love. We already got the Lover's card earlier. We got the Desire card. We got the Temptress card. So there's a lot of sensuality and love and whatever, but you guys are able to grow old together. You guys are able, again, to do life together. You guys come into great emotional harmony together. You develop a very emotionally and fulfilling partnership together. This, again, isn't something that's just, fly by the seat of your passion. That's not even a word. It kind of combines some things, but this isn't one of those things like a one-night stand or a fling or whatever. This really does feel like something that can stand the test of time. But I also feel like, as I say that, the energy that wants to come through, it will require some effort, some intention, some consciousness, and work on a labor of love on both of your parts to ensure that this is something that you guys can stretch out through remaining years. Because if the intensity is there and that passion is there and that chemistry is there, that can tend to create more conflict or more challenge at times, and there's just a lot to work through. Emotions are difficult to navigate on our own, let alone with another person. So if we feel very emotionally involved with someone and emotionally reactive, because that's just the chemistry that happens, will require effort on both parts and both parties to see this through into an intentional, committed partnership. But it's possible. This potential is there. This person is going to be both a lover and a partner. And for many of you, this will be the partner of your life. So that's your reading card pile 1. I still look forward to hearing what you have to say and how that lands. Please do share your comments in the comments below so I can share with you. And of course, I do want to let you know I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you in your life and your work and on your spiritual path. Okay, card pile 2. Card pile 2. I'm just getting comfortable today. I just moved my setup and I'm just not nearly as comfortable. But card pile 2, you're reading on your future lover. Okay, so this person comes as like not a knight in shining armor. They're not there to rescue you or save you, but it sort of comes unexpectedly. So you're not expecting it. You maybe even have come to believe that it's not happening for you and you're not going to find your person and it's just not going to happen, or it's not going to happen right now. Some of you even have resigned to the fact that just forget it. You don't want it. You can do it by yourself. Like you just have come to this place of resignation / acceptance. You've kind of given it over to God and you've moved on. You're focused on yourself. You're doing your own thing. And this person comes in as the shining light. Okay. And that I say knight in shining armor because it reminds me of sort of that unexpected guest who shows up when you least expect it, but they become a blessing in your life. And so we're going to get into the deeper layers here to see, how they act as a blessing for you. But card pile 2, they come in when you're least expecting it, when you've given up on love, perhaps given up on love for life even, but just decided, you know what, forget it. I'm going to focus on me, even down to suppressing your honest desire with yourself about how much you genuinely want love. This might be something that you want most, but you have hidden and suppressed it away because it was too hard to be looking and not finding, or single forever. So you're like, you know what, I'm giving up. This person comes as a light into your life that changes everything. Card pile 2, in so many beautiful ways. So what comes through, they help heal your heart. They help change you in such deeply beautiful ways. Like I feel myself being emotionally moved because they help you feel safe to open your heart again. They help you move through and navigate even some of those old heartbreaks and heartaches of the past, of all the difficulty and loves lost that you might have experienced in the past. Now, this doesn't mean that this person comes in and plays your therapist, but because they are so beautiful and because they are who they are. And the other card pile gave us a lot of detail as to what this partner was like, this person, or what the relationship was like. This is more so talking about what results, but we'll see if it gets into other details in regards to the relationship itself with a person. But it feels beautiful, it feels emotionally fulfilling, it feels balanced, it feels whole, it feels loving, it feels like a blessing, it feels like a beautiful walk on a spring day with a nice cool breeze or cool air. And it really helps you bring about some changes in yourself such that you're able to emotionally open again. You're able to be honest with yourself about your own desires, and you're able to actually be honest about your desires. You're able to heal in a lot of ways. You are able to heal. You're able to come into greater wholeness with yourself and take a look at those heartaches, and they just help you see that there is hope in love. Like, love is possible, love is real, it isn't all bad and isn't always bad. Again, they come here as this beautiful ray of light that helps you be optimistic about love again, to believe in love again, to believe in them, they believe in you. This does feel like an equal partnership. It feels like something that feels healthy and balanced. And again, two people coming from a place of wholeness, but very much supporting each other to heal. And so it's one of those situations, again, where it's not like you're walking in there as a teacher or a mentor or a therapist, but by nature, because of the way you love each other and because of the beauty of this connection, and because it is whole and balanced and simple, you guys are both able to help heal your hearts, to soothe the pain of the past, to nurture your inner children, and to really step into something that is beautiful and bountiful and full of light, and just two whole people coming together as partners. Such a beautiful energy for you, card pile 2, and a lot of growth that's coming as a result. A lot of healing. There's just such an opportunity here for personal growth, personal healing as a result of you coming into union with this person. Like I was telling card pile 1, and I opened with this, I'm probably not going to be sharing every card moving forward because it really disrupts my flow. I'm more of a channeler as opposed to a card reader. So I will be showing highlight cards, but in this case, I have to show you. Look at all the light in these cards. It's almost like you got every single sunlight or ray of light card in this deck. That is not by chance, you guys. Yeah, we get the card again. I love when the cards just continue to affirm every line. I'm like, well, thank you, cards, but can you give me a little bit more? Because if I'm just giving the same message over and over again, that's not as fun. Yeah, so it brings about the evolution. We have 2 cards of evolution and change happen, right? Yeah, able to believe in love again. You feel good again. You're really able to come into your own. And after a long period of aloneness, a long period of loneliness, a long period of, again, that resignation and acceptance that, you know what, maybe you're just riding solo, right? Maybe you're the Lone Ranger and this is just how life is. Maybe love just doesn't work out for everybody. And maybe there's just no happy ending. Some sort of putting your beliefs and the things that you've thought to yourself on repeat, whether it was subconscious or whether you were aware of it happening. And it's like this comes through as a big surprise, and it moves you and changes you, and it shows you that love is real, that love is possible. And not only does it show you that like romantic love or a romantic partnership or this kind of connection is possible, I mean, it shows you that love is real and possible. Like love as a force, love as an energy, love as love with a capital L. You are reminded through this relationship, through this partnership, through this connection, that love is a force, that it is real, that it is an energy, and it's available for kids and, you know, people and humans and all things. Like this, you learn about love as a principle, not just, you know, the experience of love within a romantic partnership. And so you really get to experience love on all levels, through all layers of your life, of your being. And it just becomes a beautiful experience, a beautiful healing experience for you as a result. Yeah. So again, this lucky serendipity, right? This lucky moment, right time, right moment, they come into your lives and it shifts everything. And again, there's some healing that happens here. So it's feeling like, again, your inner child, if you connect with that at all, but those parts of us, the pain that's gone unresolved or unintegrated, the things that we're just not fully either connected with or nurturing, or we haven't been aware of or whatever, you're able to come into greater reconciliation with these parts of yourself as a result of this person coming into your life. Again, healing, growth, connection, learning love as a principle. Now, because we didn't get to hear too much about the person, let's talk about this person a little bit. So what I'm getting here, and I'm taking extra cards for you, card pile 2. I'm not going to do this for the others unless I feel it's necessary. But card pile 1 got a lot of information about their person, and I just wanted to offer you the same because we talked about what they bring to you and the outcomes that they bring to your life and to their lives. We didn't talk about them. So this feels like a person who's creative. They might be artistic. They might be someone who is like a writer or a painter. For some of them, they feel like a thinker. You know, they're really good at thinking and contemplating. They just have that kind of creative artist thinker type. You know, maybe a visionary, but some person who isn't your white collar corporate person, right? This is a professor. This is a writer. This is a painter. This is someone who owns their own studio or gallery. Okay, this is someone who's doing some kind of creative work in the world and or is very much a creator and a creative in their off time through their passions and hobbies, okay? But they write, they think, they contemplate, they sometimes spend time alone. You know, they're very involved in your life and in life itself and in the home, but they do like to have their time. You know, I see someone kind of chewing on a pen or like just being alone and sitting with their thoughts. There's someone who does sort of cultivate that artist side of them. They care about their craft, and they do like to sort of spend time with the creative muse, so to speak. Okay. This is also someone who's deep. They have some depth to them. They have some deep inner wisdom. They aren't, again, we're talking about a contemplator, a thinker, someone who doesn't just look at the superficial or care about the superficial or the material. These are the kinds of people who would talk about philosophy, who would talk about theory, who can talk to anyone in a room and make a conversation. This is someone who would go to see libraries and ancient exhibits and museums and would love to travel the world and to go to those sites and to ask questions, right? They're not the type of person who just goes there and takes a picture. They want to look at this crack and crevice, and they want to look at the date that this was made and built, and they want to have a conversation about when that was built and how it was built and how do these people conceptualize this and then bring it into being, right? They're a very curious, inquisitive, contemplative, deep person. Now, I have felt this person is very deep. I don't feel that they are cold or distant by any means. They're very emotionally balanced, but I do not feel like this person is someone who is one to get involved in drama or get emotionally reactive. This person thinks things through. They're highly intellectual. They're very intelligent. It's rare that they have an outburst. If they do, it's likely for very good reason. But again, they even are reason oriented, meaning again, with the logic and the rationality and their ability to contemplate and think things through. It's just rare that they have any kind of outburst or emotional reactivity, but they are in tune, they are connected, they are soft, and they are available, of course, to emotional connection, especially with all the love and the healing that they bring to you, but they are not someone who's going to be having an argument regularly or, you know, professing their love to you 24/7, but you will know you are loved. That is 100% accurate. And let me see if there's anything else I want to share here. I don't believe so. Again, I do feel a little bit of detachment in that regard of that emotional distancing, very involved, very connected, very grounded, but they are not one who's going to be riding a bunch of waves up and down emotionally. They've built that boat and they make sure that they sail those waters just like this, easy peasy. So that's your card reading, card pile 2. That is your future lover. They heal you, they support you, they come about unexpectedly, and that's the kind of person that they are. They are creative, they are intellectual, they're contemplative, they're inquisitive, they're loving, and they do find a balance with both their intellect and their emotions. So that's your reading, card pile 2. Thank you for watching. I do encourage you to share your reflections, insights, commentary below. I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you in your life, in your work, in your spiritual path. There are also ways to contribute to this channel. So do check out all those details below, and I will see you next time. All right, card pile 3. Let me see. Okay, did I get that right? Yeah. Card pile 3, your future lover. Okay, so this person's going to be someone who is deeply emotionally attuned, very much connected to their heart. Maybe they live by their heart. Maybe they even are impulsive emotionally in that way. They just love easily and they fall in love easily. And they just love, they love big. They're a lover, they're a hugger, they're a sharer, they're a giver. And that's something that's really important to them. It's just who they are, right? They're just one of those people, and you guys have for sure met those people, right, in your lives where they're just a lover and they got to hug and they got to share and they love you. And this is how that kind of person is. They are heart-centered and they give a lot of love. So that is your future lover, card pile 3. Now, I will say this person, though, does require some time. This person, you know, based on what we're already seeing and feeling here, that they may be empathic in some way and or emotionally sensitive, energetically sensitive. And so I'm seeing that they sometimes do need to take some time alone, take some space. They might be distant. Now, again, they're a lover. They love you. They want to shower you with love, but they are not codependent. This is not someone who is going to be throwing themselves at you 24/7, driving you crazy and clinging on for dear life. That's not this person. Now, they are heart-centered. They want to show you that they love you. They might have in the past been a code 1 clinger. Is that a thing? Is that a saying? I don't know. It feels like they've outgrown that in some ways. It is still there, but they also recognize their need for time and space for themselves, as well as their distance to just have their space and to, again, be a little bit more introverted. And that's just how they recoup is through that introverted nature. So recognizing that this person's going to be full of love and very heart-centered, but they are going to require some time alone. They may be empathic, and that they are more than likely going to be someone who would consider themselves introverted. And that's where they sort of rejuvenate and come back to themselves so they can return to you. Let's see what else here. So this also, this feels like a spiritual connection. So for card pile 3, I'm not sure if that connects with you yet, and we'll get through the rest of the cards to see, but this does feel like a spiritual connection, you guys. This feels like a soulmate. This feels like someone that you've had a spiritual history with, and or someone that you just grow spiritually with. You're both spiritually aware, you're both spiritually connected and spiritually attuned. You might explore spirituality together, what that relationship looks like for you individually and together. Maybe you'll do workshops together, or attend church together, you know, or read scripture or other kinds of passages and stuff like that together. You know, this is someone you could share a blog or article with about spirituality, and they're going to get it. Now, this person doesn't feel like an intellectual so far. You know, they're much more heart-centered. They're much more to the point. They're much more simple, meaning they live by the heart. So they're not like taking all this time to contemplate and ruminate and think about it and prophesize and philosophize and all of this stuff. I got a lot of that energy from card pile 2. However, in card pile 3, these people are much more simple. Like I'm thinking, you know, is it Rufi or is it Sufi? Sufi wisdom that's always really sweet, simple, profound, to the point. And it's like that kind of wisdom that's full of heart, full of soul, full of wisdom, but isn't overdone, isn't overthought, isn't over discussed or over conversed. But this person very much does feel like someone who's done the work, who has sort of questioned their past, questioned their conditioning. There's someone who's, you know, taken a look at their lives and made conscious decisions about how they want to move forward. Like this isn't someone who is immature or quote unquote unevolved, someone who hasn't taken a good look at themselves or their lives, their childhood. This is someone who's well aware and heart-centered. This again, someone who loves easy and does like time to themselves, but also will shower you with love and show you love, and not in a clingy way. Again, that might have been something that they dealt with in the past when they were younger and less mature, and they didn't recognize what that meant or where that came from. You know, it was likely something that came about in childhood, but they've found a way to integrate it in a very nice way, such that they're big love, they're heart-centered, they offer a lot of beauty. Card pile 3, that's what I'm getting for card pile 3. A lot of beauty. There's a lot of spirituality and spiritual connection here. This might even be someone that you marry. So for those of you in card pile 3 where this happened and you get married later, make sure you come back and comment below if you even remember. But this might even be someone that you marry. Okay, this could become a life partner, or at the very least a marriage. Yes, I am getting again the spirituality piece. So for card pile 3, it's feeling like you guys are growing together, spiritually maturing together, that you even flourish together. Because you guys have done the work, because you guys have done the healing, because you guys are spiritually aware and just connected in that way, you're able to really thrive together, to build something together, to grow a home together, and to really bring about the kinds of experiences that you've always desired or dreamt of as a person. Like you're able to bring about that vision and create a shared vision. You guys come together and you create all the things that you both wanted to create. Like the abundance happens. So the things that you wanted, the bigger dreams, aspirations, visions, whether it was a particular material desire that you wanted to bring into the world, or a house in a particular place, or a family, or whatever. But you guys are builders and you guys are growers, and you guys, because you are both spiritually sound and physically integrated, and you've done the work and you've come together as equals, you're able to really build together, grow together, and flourish and create a lot of abundance in your life. So card pile 3, this feels really exciting because you have someone that's heart-centered, that's spiritual, and that can grow with you and build with you. Like amazing. Yeah. And so what happens too is both of you are able to really heal from your past, heal from your childhood wounds, heal from a lot of that conditioning that held you back before. You're really able to support each other into your highest potential and into your greater dreams and visions. So that's really what's coming through for you guys, card pile 3. Not that you are guys, but that's how I speak. I'm from Illinois, the Midwest. We say you guys. You can also say y'all. That's more Southern, I think. But you guys are really able to, again, step into that highest potential, rise above, and really join together and lock arms to do this life and do it well together. You share a lot of love. You have a beautiful spiritual connection. You both value spiritual growth, and you both are able to build your goals, dreams, and greater aspirations together. And as a result, through this, and even potentially for some of you, a marriage, you guys decide to legalize this and do it as a real marriage, but some of you, it's just a union or a partnership. You guys are able to flourish. You're able to thrive, not just spiritually, but materially, but physically. You bring about those greater dreams that you had for yourself most of your adult life. My readings are for people 18 and up, so hopefully that's who I'm reaching, but also their dreams. You guys come together, you build together. It's just a beautiful partnership. That's what it feels, a partnership of equals. That's what you are going to be experiencing with your future lover, card pile 3. I feel like your card pile 3 was a little bit more simply stated and to the point than some of the other piles, because card pile 1 went deep on the person, and so it was a little bit lengthy. Card pile 2 actually hadn't covered the person at all, just talked about the effect on the other person, so we pulled a couple of cards to talk about the person so they could recognize them when it happened. But card pile 3, I feel like it touched on all those things very succinctly and very cleanly and beautifully. It's like this person is heart-centered. They're going to love you well. They're going to be someone who's empathic and introverted. They'll need some time to themselves, but it feels like that might be relevant for you too. They're going to be someone who's spiritually connected, who supports you to grow, and you're going to support them to go and really shift out of any old limiting patterns or limiting beliefs and things like that from childhood, so you guys can, again, fully mature, thrive, and create all the abundance that both of you desire, and you're going to do that together. So beautiful work and a beautiful partnership coming for you, card pile 3. How exciting. You know what we will do, though? We'll pull an extra card on when. So let's ask some timing. Okay, so let's ask for timing. Okay. So I tend to get, when I ask for timing, especially because I don't always pull from the tarot. Tarot can be helpful to be a little bit more clear on time as an objective measure, but I tend to get subjective measures on time. What I mean by it tends to base it on your own growth. So when I get cards, I very rarely get, sometimes I'll get a feeling as to whether it's near or far, and I can even ask that as a far. It feels like maybe the next year you'll meet this person for many of you. Does not feel like 3 months, does not feel like 6 months. So I hope that that's not a huge disappointment. It doesn't mean they can't come through earlier, because I'm going to tell you what the energy to be in order to call them in, baby. All right. And again, I'm not 100% proponent of law of attraction. I always like to give my disclaimers. There's so many more pieces that go into the picture in terms of manifestation. And there's so many other variables that have to come into play. However, it feels like within the next year for many of you, it doesn't feel longer than that, but it doesn't feel shorter than that. However, there are some things you might be going through, card pile 3, in terms of some inner conflict or confusion, maybe even about what you want, or if you want a lover, you might be healing from a relationship from your past or old heartache. There's some things you're still clearing out and moving out of. So if there's any past energies there, working toward processing and then clearing that and moving on, it's going to be helpful. Stepping into your own loves and passions and creativity of your life, just really moving toward the things that love you and move you and fulfill you. That's going to be really helpful to call them in. And last but not least, not seeing this as a dream or a someday off far vision, but really owning this as a present day, right now reality, that they could be here in any minute and boom, here they are. So those are 3 ways to really bring them in and call them in sooner than a year, but definitely within the next year if you can kind of follow along with these advice messages from Spirit. So thank you, card pile 3. I so appreciate your watching. I do want to let you know I offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you, to bring these readings to life, or to support you more generally in your life and your work and on your spiritual path. And then I think that's about it. So thank you, card pile 3. All right, card pile 4. We're going to be talking about your future lover. Oh, today I've been having so much trouble getting comfortable. I move things around. I'm just not feeling comfortable. All right. So let's talk about your future lover, card pile 3. So card pile 3, your future lover feels very balanced, well integrated, wise, connected, just well integrated as a whole human being. This person has kind of been around the block. They may even be older. So that could be older in terms of physical years and age, but it could also be older in terms of their development, their personal and spiritual growth. They've kind of been there, done that. They've done the work. They're very aware. They're very conscious. They're very intentional, and they've really walked the path. So this person is going to be someone that's very mature, very spiritually mature and evolved. This is going to be someone that's really found a way to step into that sort of crone energy, elderhood energy, wisdom energy. And it doesn't mean that they are an, considered elderly, right? They're just an elder, and that could be just an energy that they embody. This could be an ancient soul. This could be someone with a lot of ancient wisdom, again, who's been on an intentional or conscious path for some time. But again, this could be someone who is older or older than you, but this could also just be someone who has always been a sage, right? That maybe they were the child that always knew better and the adult who was always ahead of the curve, and they just operate and do well in that energy. But this is someone who feels wise, who feels mature, who feels evolved, who feels grounded and balanced and integrated. This person is very much a healthy, balanced, integrated individual that will bring you a lot of peace and harmony and simplicity and ease. Things aren't going to be hard with this person. Things aren't going to be complicated with this person. This person keeps things clean. They keep it simple. They keep it easy. They want life to flow. They want it to feel easy. They want it to feel good. They want to encourage peace and harmony. They are not a person who is into drama or dilemmas or making a big deal out of things or turning molehills into mountains. This person, again, is very grounded. They're very simple in their awareness and their wisdom. They're to the point in that way. They can see straight through to a solution. They're not going to overcomplicate something or make things very complex. Again, they've done the work. They've probably already been there, done that, and one way or another, they have the wisdom to move forward and do so very cleanly. And again, life is going to be very simple and easy with this person. I also sense a feeling of abundance. So they may be well off or well provided for as is, or they bring that in other ways, such that maybe they're not particularly well off, but they're a great cook and they maintain a garden very well, and they really bring something to the table, right? They can bring a genuine offer to the table. They're a whole person with a lot of pieces of themselves that have been actualized, right? So this isn't just a person who contemplates and philosophizes, right? This is a person who's much more of a doer and an experiencer and wants to live life, and maybe they'll sit down and sort of meditate over the garden or something like that, or read. I feel like the vibe of reading a newspaper or reading a book, even if they don't do those things, the vibe is there. They're not a person who's going, again, to overcomplicate or overthink or any of that. There's someone with 2 feet on the ground, someone who is living life very much in the present moment and doesn't sort of get lost in lofty ideas or contemplations and things like that. They have great wisdom, incredible wisdom, but they aren't someone who's going to be overcomplicating life or making it more difficult than it is. So yeah, they help you. This is such a beautiful, I love this energy, so much of this energy. All y'all's future lovers are just fantastic, I must say. But this is someone who helps you remember who you are. So they actually support you to really step into your truest nature. And I even feel some Taurian or Taurus energy, if that's landing for some of you. It just feels relevant. Just a lot of earth feels, a lot of earth vibes, as well as helping you to understand your true nature with that tends to be, so these could be just earth signs in general as well. So if you're an earth sign, or perhaps they're an earth sign, but they help you come into your true nature of more simplicity, of more ease, 2 feet on the ground, making things really simple, keeping things really clean. I don't mean, when I say keeping things clean, and when I said that earlier, I don't mean actually physically clean. I mean like energetically clean, emotionally clean, easy. Life is just streamlined and simple. It's not this big extravaganza or frenzied hurry or any of that stuff. Again, 2 feet on the ground, letting life happen. Very much a person who can be in their being state. They don't have to be actively doing or striving or thinking something through or trying to solve a problem. They're not in that vibe. They're like beyond that. Been there, done that, right? Whether this lifetime or another. So they're very, again, 2 feet on the ground, simple. They're a sage in that regard, but they really support you to be able to live that way as well, to return to your true nature of ease and simplicity and flow. They help you learn to trust in that way, that you don't have to be doing it all and thinking it all through and doing all the things and being ahead and all that stuff. They really support you to be grounded, to ground into this moment, to live your life. They're the person that says, like when you go to pick up your phone. And it's not because they're telling you what to do, but they're offering you a gentle nudge of, you get to relax, like it's okay, just sit here with me. They're the person that builds a fire outside and just asks you to join them. And you may not even talk that much, but you might share in the moment and stare at the fire together, okay? They're the person who kind of looks at you across the room or grabs your hand to hold it, and may not be overly professing of their love to you, but they show it. They're the person who might set out your clothes in the morning or set up some pajamas on the bed, which might not even be something you've ever done for yourself. And so you're like, oh, wow, that's a really nice treat. Okay, cool. I don't even have to think about this. Look how simple that is. So they're the type of person who'll draw you a bath, So it's things like that, just these simple gestures, these simple nudges of love, these reminders that you're so loved, you're so taken care of. It's such a beautiful, simple, loving energy, but again, incredibly wise, incredibly astute, just not someone who's like overly professing their love to you or hanging on for dear life or, kind of talking, conversing, all that stuff. Again, they might give you the look to return, to take a seat and to enjoy life and to just be present and be there. Yeah. They also support you. It feels like, again, I'm feeling, again, that cleaner energy. It clears things out. It declutters complications and complexities from your life. It clears out all the unnecessary things in your schedule, all the unnecessary things in your home. Like, you really align your life with the things that are necessary, that are essential for you, that mean something for the both of you. And that's it. Like, there's not extra dates and dinners and parties and showers and things and this and that and whatever. It's like the things that you want to do and the people that you guys care about most. It feels like a small tribe, like a tribe, like your small community, whether it's family, whether it's children or whatever. And that's it. There's not a whole lot of extra or fluff or bells and whistles. It's very simple and essential and beautiful and close to earth. And you guys are a really solid foundation together. So let me see what else I want to share here. Yeah, so they bring you into a greater state of harmony, which is really beautiful. They really support you to kind of heal any wounds in the past of just feeling alone or unloved or unworthy. And in such a gentle but effective way, they really support you to feel loved and to experience love. But what's really special about your future lover, card pile 4, and I hope I've said card pile 4. If I've said card pile 3, that is my mistake. This is card pile 4, and I do that sometimes because I usually do 3 piles. But it's like, this person isn't so much of like a lesson in love for you, and like, they show you a lot of love, and that brings that forth for you, and you get to experience that. But like, it seems like the greater catalyst or the bigger liberator or whatever, like the greater gift in this partnership is really helping you center into your life and just align your life in a way that honors you and what you and this person want to share together, and that everything else is fluff and extra and complicated. They just really help you to simplify your world, your life. They bring about ease and simplicity. So that is what lands for you so much, card pile 4. It's like, yes, you have this wonderful love that means so much to you, and they just like everything. And you guys really develop this really beautiful, sweet, simple, grounded life together. And the bigger result for you, like the take-home result for you, like after you're able to look back in hindsight, after a long, well-lived, fulfilled life, as you look back and you're like, wow, they really helped me to kind of clean my life up, get really focused on what's most important, simplify my life, and just live well and love well. So that's what they help you do, card pile 4. So thank you for watching. I encourage you to share your comments, and anything else that you want to share in the comments, please do so below. I do offer both personal readings as well as coaching sessions to support you in your life and your work and your spiritual path. There are also ways to support and contribute to this channel. You can check out all of those details below, and I will see you next time. Thank you, card pile 4.